Have you ever wondered what makes you, you? What forces do you think have shaped the mindset that you have at present? Somewhere down in your life, have you ever wished for a reset button so that you can take a few decisions again or completely change your career path or something sort of that? While there are multiple factors that contributes to who we become, one of the factors that stands out, particularly influential, is our surroundings. The core topic for today is the nuanced ways in which our surroundings influence our lives. But before we delve into that, please allow me to provide a brief glimpse into my own background so that you can, get to know each other better. I've had the privilege of calling 3 countries home. Born in India, raised in Oman, and currently pursuing my higher education in Japan. And sometimes I question myself, which one of these 3 countries is truly my home? While I was in Oman, I found myself, craving for the Indian festivities. I come from a small town named Talasheri, from the district of Kerala in India. And in my hometown, every other week seems to bring in some sort of a celebration. Whether it's my cousin's wedding, neighbor's birthday party, religious festivals, or even political parties have roadshows then and there. Every other week brings in some kind of celebration. It's a vibrant mosaic of traditions and gatherings. But upon returning back to India after completing my high school in Oman, something was off. I felt like it was actually the 12 years spent in Oman that has truly become home. I found myself reminiscing about the unhurried pace of life and, of course, the authentic Omani cuisine. The authentic Omani halwa and shawarma, oh my God. Those were not just merely food for me, it was more like memories that was etched into my soul. Fast forwarding to today, as a university student in Japan, there was this incident once I was traveling in Japan in train. On that particular day, it was so silent and everyone was engrossed in their own digital worlds. Everyone was there in their smartphones. Suddenly, I heard a cry of a baby. Now, if this was about to happen in India, I would have got annoyed, But here I was, enjoying the moment, embracing the moment and offering a gentle smile to the baby's mother. Let me take you on an Indian train ride so that you can relate to the scene better. Back in India, I used to commute almost every day. And trust me, there would be no silence whatsoever. There would be the rhythmic chant of the chaiwala, the tea seller. He would be going like, chai chada, vada vada, pattu rupiya. And this would be echoing through the bustling carriages, blending seamlessly with the lively chatter of strangers turned friends. Aunties who might have met for the first time. They would be chit-chatting and sharing their personal stories. And maybe a bit of gossiping about the TV serial's characters. Uncles might be debating about political parties and bragging about each other's side. And by the end of the journey, bonds are forged, which might even last for a lifetime. However, here in Japan, on that particular day, it was quiet. It was pin drop silence. Everyone was in their own world. The cry of the baby pierced through the silence. I felt a rush of nostalgia at that particular moment. It took me back to the days when I used to commute in India and, randomly talk to people who sit beside me. That moment made me realize how much valuable those simple human interactions are. Which, by the way, when I had the luxury that back in India, I did not appreciate it. I took it for granted. Japan has become a pivotal chapter in my life. The country that have taught me to lead life independently, steeped in Japanese values and traditions. Now that I contemplate the possibility of having my future career here, I cannot help but imagine adding yet another country to the list of my homes. But do you know what? I've come to realize that true contentment does not lie in chasing after what we don't have or chasing after the feeling that we might not be able to feel at the moment. It's more about embracing the richness of the present moment. It's about finding gratitude in the here and now, realizing that home is not just a location on map. It's a state of being. It's a feeling that transcends beyond boundaries and borders. Now that you know me well enough, at least so that you can invite me for dinner today, let me check. Show of hands who are comfortable with inviting me for dinner today. Woohoo! All right. My mission is accomplished. I was able to connect with you guys as much as I wanted to. Now I can work with this. All right. So, going into the intricacies of the topic today, it would be right to say that me as an individual is a mixture of all the countries, people, cultures that I have been living in. The mindset that I have, the values I possess, the worldview I perceive, is somewhere influenced, minorly if not majorly, by the environments that I have been living in. Think about it for a moment. From the time we were kids, running around in diapers, to the adults we are today, our surroundings have been painting our life's canvas with different colors. Whether it's the neighborhood we grew up in, the TV shows that we grew up watching, even the songs that we might have been listening to, everything has left some sort of marks in our life's canvas. As kids, we are like sponges, soaking up everything that we see around us. But as we grow, so does the influence of our surroundings. Adolescence brings with it a new set of challenges. The cultural norms, social pressure, and suddenly, the music you listen to, the people you hang out with, everything plays a role in shaping your identity. In this day and age, the surrounding around us extends far beyond the physical space that we inhabit. With just a few taps on the screen, we can transport to distant lands and connect with people from different regions of the world, and immerse ourselves in a sea of information. And we might not realize, but the digital content that we consume, whether it's social media, online forums, news articles, it has a pretty significant impact on our thoughts, and which, of course, if it has impact on our thoughts, it will impact our actions as well. So it is really empowering, but it can also be overwhelming. It's easy to get swept away by the currents of trends and algorithms. Talking about algorithms, have you heard about the concept of echo chambers? Well, simply put, it is when you come across online content, whether it's pictures, videos, memes, or any other form of online content that supports your opinion or supports your political leaning or beliefs. So what happens is that you get into a trench, and within that trench, everything that you come across is from a single directed narrative. You're not exposed to content that has opposing views or different opinions. And gradually, your mentality is formed by whatever is consumed within that trench. And even your network, the people you form friends with or your acquaintances, will gradually have the exact same perspective as yours. Ellie Fraser, the author of a book named Filter Bubble, he explains how invisible algorithm has the power of reflecting back the interest of the users. He further explains it as an invisible auto-propaganda, indoctrinating us with our own ideas, amplifying our desires for things that are familiar to us. The posts you like, the videos you share, and even the posts that your friends like, it all contributes to your algorithm. If we are not careful enough, we can be imprisoned within our own echo chambers, pushing us further away from the people who disagree with us. So our lives is influenced minorly, if not majorly, by both physical and digital spaces. But here's the thing. We might not realize just how much the influence is until we have reached deep into adulthood. And sometimes it can even take us a lifetime to realize it. That's why it's more important than ever to be mindful of what your surrounding is and how it is impacting your lives. Before it's too late, we need to pause and reflect upon how your specific environment is shaping your thoughts, beliefs, and lives. We might have to question our ingrained beliefs, the old patterns that we are used to, and this might result in we having us to learn, relearn, or unlearn a lot of things. But trust me, this process of self-reflection is essential for our personal growth, allowing us to impose the tints, shed the tints that are imposed by our surroundings on our lives. Well, all of this being said, it would not be right to leave out the factor of faith. Yes, as humans, we are not capable enough to meticulously plan everything in our lives. The universe has its own ways of orchestrating our lives. Certain places, people that you meet, events, everything is destined to shape your life's journey. But the key here is to be aware. Awareness is crucial for us to not be oblivious of how our surrounding is influencing us. Once we achieve awareness and are able to reflect upon it, then we can design our surroundings in a way that it leads us to our actual goals and aspirations. Our surroundings will help us to achieve our goals. Henceforth, as we explore our life journey being painted with different colors, instead of craving or yearning for what we might not have at this moment, let us try to cultivate gratitude for the unique life journey that each one of us will have. Upon returning home today, I would like to encourage everyone to take a moment and pause and appreciate with genuine heart what you have in your life at present, the people you have around you, the job that you have, the abundant blessings that you have. While this appreciation, we need to be also mindful about how these blessings, how these surroundings are influencing us. Instead of cutting out the factor that you might be in echo chambers, give it a shot. Consider whether you are in an echo chamber or not. And if yes, make necessary arrangements. Whether it is curating your online content or reforming your physical space, every small adjustment can make significant difference. Hoping that we all progress with open hearts and mindful spirits, thank you.